Welcome to the new year, 2017, and the newest edition of Community Showcase Live. This is January, and we're excited to have you here. It's after the Winter's Day rush, and we're now just, as we record this, just starting the Dragon Festival, so yay for festivals. And let's talk about the lead-in music here first. The first piece was Necromancer's Lament by Lioka Quo. The story tells the tale of a chronomancer who lost her husband to one of the dragons and went back in time to learn, to kind of reconnect with her husband. Unfortunately, through the quirks and glitches of chronomancy, she went back to the time before they had met. So that's why the song is a little bit sad, but it's a very sweet song, and I wanted to share that with you. Thank you, Leoka. Second piece was by Dusk, and he did a remix of his overture / Fear Not This Night piece. This is the second time he's done the remix. He wanted to go back and kind of work on it again, and he included beautiful vocals by Charm. So thank you to both of you for that wonderful piece. And starting here, I'm excited to announce this month's guest. This here is Linsey Murdock, who has been with ArenaNet a long time and done some really wonderful things. I admire her work so much, and so I'm thrilled you're here. And you need to tell these folks your background here.
Let's see. I've worn a few hats in my time at ArenaNet. I hit my 11-year mark in March, and ArenaNet's always been really great about letting me kind of shift focus. So I started out as a content designer on Guild Wars 1, and did a lot of paper design for Guild Wars 2 events, and then ended up leading the Guild Wars 1 live team,
Right.
and sort of evangelizing our Guild Wars Beyond, sort of our first take on Living World, and then came back to Guild Wars 2, worked on crafting for Ship, those hats again, and worked on Legendary Journey, worked on rewards for Living World. Now I am lead designer on Living World, so I'm leading a couple of the Living World teams. Back to content.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot of switches all along the way. I've enjoyed working with Linsey so much. At one point, she was openly asking for ideas, and it was great to share thoughts like, "Oh, I like this idea or that idea." And I'm also a big fan of her husband, who long ago was the one who helped incorporate crazy ideas. Like I'd run down the hall and say, "Linsey, John, could we do candy hearts for Valentine's Day?" And they would do it. And but I think I particularly love how the little team that stayed with Guild Wars did so much.
Yeah, we tried to really stretch our assets, stretch the resources we had, and get the most out of what we had. Get a lot of bang for our buck.
Lots of good storytelling there.
Yeah.
If you folks have played Guild Wars and you haven't played that extended content, I highly recommend it. There's a lot of wonderful storytelling. And some of that storytelling gets picked up by Linsey's team now in Living World Season 3,
Yeah.
right?
We do. So two of us were on that GW1 live team, myself and Andrew Gray, Frosty. Frosty and I are always looking for good opportunities to give little throwbacks. So we try to think, all right, we're going to this area. What did we do in the past? What could we pull back out? When we were working on Bloodstone Fen, we tried
Just
to
those
think.
words, yes.
Yeah. Who died on the Bloodstone? That's how we came up with bringing up Hablion, right? We unleashed a lot of these ghosts from the Bloodstone and tried to think who would have been there and who can we play with. We also brought back Alari Double Blade. That was fun.
Oh, that was one of the best.
Yeah.
It was a subtle thing, and I was like, I was moved. I really was.
Yeah,
That was.
We have a lot of fun with that, and it really helps, I think, to make the world feel a little bit more connected. Even when I worked on rewards, I tried to, if I'm going to come up with a new term, is there a term we've used in the past that I could use
I've
that's
seen
similar? Just to kind of keep, the past interior in the present interior connected.
Yeah, it's great work. I'm enjoying season 3. Loved the episode so far, and soon to come, I hope, episode 4, which I happen to see. I can say this much: I happen to see someone playing a battle, and I really, really loved it. It was complex and rewarding, and and just watching it, I was like, oh, this is great. So I think you're going to love episode 4.
I'm really excited about episode 4. I'm actually sad that this is airing before we ship episode 4.
So we could talk about it.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but yeah, it's great. It's great. So thank you for joining us. And I know you have a fondness in your heart for fan art, so it's great for you to be here.
I do.
Yeah. Let's get started here with some of our great art. This is Atomic Soldiers. Happy New Year image. They did this kind of a celebration, a bright and cheerful celebration of the new year. I just love that.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a celestial feel. I love her curls.
That's great hair.
Yeah.
And the headband.
Yeah, it really brings in those sort of Asuran elements.
It's beautiful. And of course, having purple is always a plus. Always.
Oh, did you like purple?
Oh, yeah. Maybe a wee bit. I think Linsey might have wondered why I was in Guild Wars 1. I was dyeing all my weapons purple, and I was just like purple extreme. It was like very predictable.
I have noticed that about you over the years.
Yeah, for sure. Here's Villengard or Willengard's Dragon Slayers, and this is like a whole different take. We have the softer image of Happy New Year, and then this is amazing. Love this action shot.
Yeah, strong battle scene with that dragon coming up.
Love that.
I love that dragon's face and the way he's sort of peeking over, and of course you've got 2 legendaries there, Astralaria and Twilight. I see peeking out.
You get the scale there with their clear in the forefront, and then in the foggy or hazy
presence.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
really
great.
good. Villengard, you've outdone yourself. Here's one by Donna Vigan. Love this Asura portrait. Just love it.
Classic Asura. Yeah.
The face seems to be saying, "Oh, really, Buka?"
Yeah. I feel like she's going to reach out and pat me on the head like I'm a good human.
Yeah. And I love the hairstyle. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's not in the game, is it? That's
I think there is one kind of like
Is
that.
it?
Yeah.
super cute.
Yeah. I don't actually play an Asura, although my new Necromancer is an Asura. I'm trying to switch my main to a Necromancer.
Oh, yeah. Is that
Yes.
because you want to use a certain weapon?
Yes, it is.
How far are you on your legendary journey?
Let's see. I'm into. I think I'm most of the way through the 4th collection on Nevermore. I have fractals to do, but I've crafted my precursor and I'm ready to go, which is why I'm switching to Necromancer. I've been playing Warrior for a long time, but sadly Warrior doesn't have the use of staff that I desire.
Yes. Nevermore was one of Linsey's projects, and I remember when I saw it for the first time, the art, the animation, and the name. I remember walking down to her office and just saying, "Thank you." That's the best thing ever. I'm a big Edgar Allan Poe fan just from my whole life, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful legend.
Yeah, I love that one. It's one of the few that I specifically requested. I would really like to have a legendary version of the Raven Staff from Guild Wars 1 with a precursor that is the Raven Staff, and Dave Beetlestone's team really delivered.
Yes, they did a great job.
Yeah.
Everything about it is amazing. I'm going to start it someday. I don't know. I'm going to have trouble.
It's not too bad. It's actually really fun, and I've been doing it solo. So
Okay.
yeah. I mean, other than fractals, I've had to get help for the fractals.
Yeah.
But it's good.
I have the Dreamer. I have Kudzu. I'm very fond of my bows, but I saw that staff and I went, "Oh, I'm done for." Gotta have it. Well, thank you, Donna, for showing this portrait. It is absolutely wonderful. She is just cute beyond words.
Charming.
Love that.
Yeah.
This is by Flackenmarsh, and it's an adorable Quaggan plushie. Almost saved it for the February episode of Community Showcase Live because it does have the little pink and the bow and the little hearts. But I'm not sure when February will air, and I just couldn't resist putting that up now. Do you crochet?
I don't. I knit. I'm very impressed by these types of crochet pieces, which is why I'm trying to teach myself how to crochet, but my brain is having a hard time switching from my needles to the hook, and especially since I'm a very tight knitter. I do a very tight knit stitch. It's hard for me to figure out the crochet, so Yeah, man, I wish I could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really really cute, really well done, and I like the portrait with the front and the back view and
Yeah.
the mirrors, and it's just cute as can be. So thank you for sharing that, Flackenmarsh. This is Portal Entrees. I just love this.
Yeah, I love this one. I love how understated the background is to make the character really pop out. Of course, Ascension is one of my favorite back pieces. I will never have it on live. I am not good.
Yeah, no,
I am
no.
not particularly skilled.
I can admire it from afar.
Yes, and I do tend to use the Ascension on my dev characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The only place I will be able to get it is on our development servers.
I was beginning to think that might be the only place I could get Nevermore, but you're encouraging me to go ahead and go
Telling you,
for
it's
it.
doable.
Yeah?
It's
Okay.
doable.
This is just a great piece. This is Venu, I should say. That is his little guy's name, and the artist calls them a wee Ascension aficionado. I just love the movement and the
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah, the movement's really strong.
It's beautiful. Over here we have Silverfang's Freya Aronwolf. I couldn't resist including this one. I almost thought I should save it for November later this year, but it just called out to me. Wanted to include it. It's beautiful.
Every time I hear November, I giggle a little.
Good. That's what we're hoping for. Yeah.
I love the way the dragon is coming out. The composition on this one is great. You really feel that pressure
You do.
that she's under.
And the cold. I feel
Yes.
like with
Yeah.
with the blue coloration and then the shiver peaks behind. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. Thank you for sharing that, Silverfang. This is Asura Wix by Asura Wix's creation of Wix the Asura. That makes sense. I think it's a super cute, friendly neighborhood mesmer. I love the casual pose and the color in the like having the bold colors in the background and then the softer colors in the front. It's very
Yeah. The difference in the sort of art style on the background makes the softness of the character really stand out. And I see a little Herotron there poking out.
It's
Very cute.
adorable. Yeah.
I'm fond of Herotron.
Yeah, I am too. I have. It's just super cute. Very, very nice. This is
Oh,
this is
Traherne.
Traherne. That's I was thinking, Traherne. This started out, it's Milla Stardream created an image of her two characters with Traherne and then separated it out to just have the solo portrait of Traherne himself. And I love the image. It captures his nobility and his just everything about it. Even I don't know, maybe it's foreshadowing in my mind, but it almost has like a kind of a poignancy to it. Maybe it's just because things happen. I don't know. I don't know.
There's almost a sadness to him.
Yes, there is. You could see more from this artist on millastardream.webs.com. I would encourage you to look for more. Outline brings us their concept of the Peacemaker's Experiment. And this one is really, really interesting, I think. What do you think?
I really like this one. It fits right in with the Peacemaker's weapon set, very much in that style. I like the asymmetry especially. I tend to gravitate more towards the asymmetrical swords personally. So I think this one's really nice. It's got a really great silhouette to it.
Yeah, they called it a little doodle, and if I could doodle like that, I would have another career, because that's beautifully made. Thank you for sharing that outline. It's beautiful. And this is by Has Attack, and it's my beloved. I love Zoja. I love Taimi. I have a thing for Asura, just deep in my heart. But this is, I saw this, and I thought stained glass window, just because of the angularity.
Sure, yeah. There's a fierceness to her.
There is, indeed. Yes. She has that intelligent, intense expression. You can almost see thought processes and direction coming.
There's a strength coming from her. She looks like she's about to kick butt.
Yeah, indeed. Koso presents this image of Brahm, and it could have gone in November, and it could have not gone at all, because right now I'm not feeling it for Brahm at all. I'm sorry.
You've had a bit of a falling out.
Yes, the story has progressed to a point where I'm like, stop it, just stop. And if you haven't played the story, play the story. You'll know what I'm talking about. No more spoilers. Except I will say what Kosu shared. I know he's getting a lot of hate lately, but Brahm has been one of my favorite characters from Guild Wars 2 for a long time. He is a mix of strongman, hot-headed, but in many ways still young and immature. Here's a small drawing I made of him to honor him in these troubled times. That's putting it mildly.
Yeah, Bram is going through a rough spot, for sure.
Yes.
Say that. I think he maybe feels a little bit lost.
Yeah, understandably so, I guess.
And I am feeling a little bit of that sadness in his eyes here.
Yeah. There is a sadness there. I agree with you.
Yeah.
This is Giaro, created by Kriza on a commission from Zika Sturm. The pose, the colors, the expression, love it.
I love this one. I love the colors, especially. That purple and the green just goes together so well.
They really do.
Yeah. Am I seeing a lot of plant growth there coming out of her?
I think so. Yeah, you can see little tendrils of
Some
plants,
tendrils
almost
and
like
stuff.
roots.
Mm.
And I like that. It's as if the heart area is glowing, as if maybe it's a very loving and caring character. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm projecting, but it's beautiful.
She seems serene.
Yeah, she does. She really does.
Yeah.
Done by Danny, created this image for Lewis. I don't think it has a title, but I love this image. Love the color, the movement. This is the, let me see, I wrote it down. Immortal Skin, of course, Immortal Skin. That might also make me play staff, because that's amazing.
We have a lot of pretty amazing stabs, I gotta say.
Yeah. It's just, this image is just, when I was looking through the images, it just popped. I think I actually went when I saw it, because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely, really. It glows.
Yeah. This is great. This is by, let me see if I can get this name right, Velexi Raptors, maybe? It's a fabric craft.
It's so cool.
It's called a narrative applique, and I can, some of the images I can understand what they refer to, and some of them I would like to sit down and go through the whole piece to find out what each of those represents. Are you seeing the races?
Yes, I do, and I think those are the dragons down below.
Oh, good heavens, I didn't even think of that. What's in the center?
The center, that's a good question.
Pale tree?
Well, I mean, the pale tree is a dragon minion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, could be. I don't know. I'll have to get all the details from this artist, but it's really beautiful. We've never had this kind of art before, so thank you for sharing that.
It's so cool. So different. Really not something you see often.
Yeah, you can see it as a wall hanging, or
yeah.
It's just beautiful. And Asuden Varho created this beautiful image of Leon. Artists wrote that they've been playing our game since Factions came out, so another long timer like us. And they considered Tyria a safe place, a place where they'd had some of their greatest adventures in life, naturally with friends. This is their first digital painting, and I can't believe this is their first digital painting. I mean, I just stopped and paused at that. Was that even possible? How well done that is. You can read more on our Tumblr page about this piece.
I like how it's got an almost monochromatic feel. Another thing you don't see often.
It's true.
But it uses that subtle green and the bluish purple to give it a very kind of like, it's dusk, twilighty, you know.
Does
sets
have
the
that
mood.
look. Yeah, sets the mood beautifully. And then is that moon behind him, I think, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it does have that dusky, twilighty look.
Yeah.
And the sky, there's a little bit of purple in the sky. Oh, it's really subtly done.
Yeah.
Beautiful work. An artist with the beautiful name of Delphinium Iris. Delphinium Iris, what a pretty name.
I love delphiniums.
Yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
they were in my wedding bouquet, in fact.
really?
Yes. I love delphiniums.
Okay. I like irises, daffodils. Two of my favorite flowers. I think they're related in some way, and they're beautiful. So we love your name. We love your art, especially when, get this, they created this on their phone.
Oh my.
Yeah. I can barely text
Goodness.
without a typo, and they're creating beautiful art.
Oh wow, that's so impressive. Such a small screen.
I know, and the look at the face.
I love that face.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
love
to do
it.
that on a phone, I think, well
Yeah.
done. I've been in touch with Delphinium Iris because there's another piece, won't be featured now. I believe we're talking about a piece of Winter's Day art that was also beautiful. But this one caught the eye, just beautiful. Here's one by Flame Squad. This is Kira. Kira is pretty weak physically in her normal state, but turns into a freaking Hulk in the shroud. Also, her Reaper screams do really sound like screams. You know, banshee screams. Who'd know that such a tiny body could make such loud, piercing screams?
I love this one so much. It
Isn't
might
it
be my
darling?
favorite so far. Might be.
Yeah, it's darling. I look at that face and I'm thinking pure evil.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's just mischievous and fun, and I love the movement of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just great.
What's she carrying? Is that
It's the when you go into Reaper, it puts that kind of effect on
scythe
your
thing?
yeah the
Okay.
scythe effect on. It's
That's
very
beautiful.
very cool.
Yeah, well done.
I just love her.
Yeah. She's terrific. And there's another terrific piece. This is Faye by Girl and Melancholy. It's just got a little, hi there. So cute with her little feather headdress and her pretty little expression and the great coloring. Faye, it seems to me that, yes, this was on the forums. The handle is Savvy. So take a look at Savvy's post because there are actually 3 panels. It was hard to pick which one to choose because they're all so great. But this one just, just kind of randomly selected this one to show. But there are 3, and I think you would enjoy seeing them all.
I like this one especially because she looks remarkably like one of my test characters.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I
For-
make a test character for each Living World episode that I use throughout development process. To whenever I'm playing the episode and giving feedback, I play on that character, and I always start out with a little bit of Fashion Wars.
Do ya?
and this one looks remarkably like the character I made for episode 2.
That's great. For 2. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
for episode 2. That's
Yeah.
where that headdress came from, I believe.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Color combo is almost exactly the same.
Well, good choice there, Girl
Yeah.
Melancholy. Very good. Poor Savvy is amazing.
Great minds think alike.
Exactly. Absolutely. Very nice. Rare Onu presents this
Aw.
darling image called Dragon Child. They call Irene their favorite goofy dragon child, and I just think it's darling. Just so cute.
Oh, so well done. I really
Mhm.
like this one a lot.
It looks so much like her.
Yeah.
Captures her
It
well.
really does. Really, and it just captures her essence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, we eat goldfish crackers. I'm thinking maybe she's gold.
That's just her friend.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. She's just, hi there. The teeth have no menace. Sure, Lindsay. Right.
She's a pacifist.
Somehow, vegetarian. A vegetarian dragon. There you go. I like that idea. She's super cute. Thank you so much for sharing her. Sanaya paid tribute to the dragon hunters with this image of Liu Ninu. Saya plans to do more portraits. This is one of a series, and I can't wait to see them. I thought they were beautiful. This is also on the forums, and it's just one starter, so I'm looking forward to it. I love the hair and the eyes.
Yeah, great texture to the hair, and the eyes definitely stand out. Draw you in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll look forward to seeing more there in the forums. Thank you so much for sharing that. And this little story here about Cuckoo here. The artist A.O. Thieron got a request from a family member. Said, I want a shirt with a red quaggan. And the artist is like, I don't think there are any red. I have a feeling it was a younger family member. I don't know what red quaggan. Finally, they pointed out that this quaggan is wearing kind of a little red suit, which made Lindsay say something that just made perfect sense. What did you say?
He looks like a little figure skater.
Figure skater.
Looks like he's doing one of his little twirls.
And now doing this triple soul cow.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great. I wanted to point out our content terms of use, which is on our website, does allow people to make an individual shirt like this. They made it for a family member. It's nonprofit. It's personal, private use. Not a problem. You do have permission to do those kind of things. Obviously, they're not off selling them somewhere or anything like this. Is a personal project for a family, and I think it's just wonderful that they did that. And I'm sure that the family member was really happy about that. Great, great Christmas/Winter's Day gift. And this is by Ruch Arfer Arts. And I really was captivated by the whole graphic novel feel of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movement in this piece. She's wielding Twilight like a true badass, one-handed.
Is that possible? It's a fantasy game, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
They call this Twilight, and they said they had to make it. I had to draw my Necro and Twilight because I finally have it. Jeez. So, legendary journey fulfilled.
Yes. It is a good bit of work to get a legendary.
Yeah.
An accomplishment for sure.
Mm-hmm. Which is as it should be.
Yeah.
When you got that trotting
That
around.
was the hope.
Yep. Doku-sama created a Mary Seal as a Santa gift, a Secret Santa gift, for Majestic Salad. They called her a very cute Sylvari, and I have to agree, she's adorable.
Yeah. She's really cute. I love the color combo here. Yeah, some rockin' choices.
Yeah, purple. I mean, it says it all. Purple, yay!
Yeah, but
lavender.
that light lavender with the darker purple is a great contrast.
Poppy, the green eyes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Kyla Frank was invited by a friend. They said, hey, it's Winter's Day. Why don't you draw some like domestic, around the house pictures of our characters in various settings? So Kyla took on the challenge and created a panel of 7. I want to say it because there's one. Charming images which they showed off on our Tumblr page. These are just 2, but there are 7, so you can go to Tumblr and see the rest of them. I think they're super cute. They're celebrating Winter's Day with a holiday beverage, I think.
I just love that little snuggle cub.
Mm-hmm. He's so cute. And the cheek like, oh, she's kissing me. I don't know. Yeah, super, super sweet. And you can see, if you look at the 7 panels, you can see the continuity of the characters carried through. It's a fun project.
Yeah.
Wish I had that kind of talent. That's just pencil, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Kyla. Here's an artist whose name you might recognize from a previous show, SBS Link. They often work in pen and ink, and in this case, it's outlined originally in pencil, and then they draw the outline in pencil, and then draw over it with the colored pencils. So this is actually on a paper. It's not a digital piece. It's actually on paper print. I love it. It's beautiful.
I like how angelic that armor set can look. Right? I mean, you'd think of that armor set, I think, as sort of looking inherently evil. I think it's the light Ara armor set, Dungeon Ara armor set.
Yes.
But man, she just looks serene.
Yes. The wings help,
Yeah,
but I think
certainly
the way it's presented, it's very personable and very,
the color choices and
yeah, that's lovely. Thanks for sharing that, SBS. And let's see, Mr. Stevens calls this image hot fresh. Little backstory here was that he's an ex-son of Spanner, from the far north, of course, who found a new life in Lion's Arch after becoming disillusioned with the cult. I guess these are kind of before and after shots here. There he was in the Shiver Peaks, and now he's in Lion's Arch. And we were talking about how hard that would be.
Yeah, I mean, it would take an immense strength of will, I think, to regain control from the dragon, right? The dragon's influence. Yeah, that would be an extraordinary feat.
So the theory I had was that proximity could increase the dragon's influence. I mean, obviously Traherne was very close to, I won't go there because I don't want to do spoilers, but there was a proximity in that incident. And so if he's in Lion's Arch, he's farther removed from Jormay?
Yeah, I mean, I think proximity probably does factor in. I think the closer a Sylvari gets to Mordremoth, the more she would feel his influence. I would assume the same of any of the dragons.
So it'll be interesting to see where our expansion pack goes and whether the dragons have as great an influence or whether there's, I don't know. I mean, there's so much story to yet to be told. It'll be exciting. This guy, he appeals to me though. I think Mr. Stevens captured this, like this insouciant, boom, flame. Like, it's so cute.
Yeah,
It's really nicely done.
charming.
Vanna Lyle says they love doing commissions because they get to know the not just the player, but the player's characters, their quirks, their foibles, their personalities. This is Cedra and Rylan, and it is Blue and Dogs, Sylvari, Cedra Timberspring, and her Deerheart Rylan Pavel. I think that's really lovely. It's a commission, and what's the weapon? Did we decide?
That's Sunrise.
Sure looks like it.
Yeah.
I think that might be the most beautiful part of it is the element of the oh yeah, that's gorgeous. But the pose is intriguing too.
It's very romantic. I like the romance of this piece. It's not something you often get to see in games in general. And the question of, do Sylvari pair off and can they have children? And, I mean, some Sylvari have paired off, but it doesn't seem to be a focus for them as much. But some musings around the office, we certainly wonder.
Yeah. The image with the profile view is it's fascinatingly done. I'm sure that Blue and Dog was really happy with this because it's just really captures so much beauty and love.
Yeah.
Diage has created a portrait of Rihanna. This is the artist Guild Wars 2 Rager, and they're holding a Quaggan balloon.
I love that balloon.
I am saying that Diage said, "Hey, why are you not offering Quaggan balloons?" It hadn't occurred to me.
I wonder that myself now.
Yeah, now that they've brought it up, and the splash of watercolor looks in the back there, and then that balloon, I definitely want one in every color. I'll carry a bouquet of Quaggan balloons. Maybe different sizes, different poses. It's just a charming idea.
So cute.
It's very cute. And speaking of Quaggan, Starry Fix created this Quaggan stamp. It was for their guild's Christmas giveaway, and they went ahead and made this handmade stamp, and so it's all Quaggan all the time.
I love handmade stamps. That's so cool.
Did you say you're learning that?
I bought the supplies, but I never got around to it.
Yeah.
Something I aspire to do.
Yeah, well, I know you do arts and crafts, and you have an art background, don't you?
Yeah, I am an art school dropout.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
I dropped out to come here.
But it's probably really helpful for you to have that kind of eye when you're looking at episodes.
It definitely helps me when I communicate with our artists, and I think I'm able to sort of express what we're looking for and able to troubleshoot with them because of my art background. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely helped. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you dropped out and came here. Yeah. Thank you for sharing this, Starry Fix. This is just adorable. I'm sure whoever got this in the giveaway was thrilled because, boy, I'd be stamping all my letters. I'd be sending out letters just randomly just so I'd have an excuse to stamp things. It's cute. And this is by Commodore Fluffy Paws. This is Tristram and Aurene. I love Tristram because the name is from opera and also from Celtic lore, so it's a great name, and the two of them together, the devotion and the love is just gorgeous.
Adoration, right? They just seem to be enchanted by each other, and I love that.
And you were pointing out this is another monochromatic picture.
Yeah, it is. It's got more of that muted tone to it. Aurene also looks like she's gotten a little bit older here. She looks like she's matured a little bit. I like that.
Yes. Still has the little goofy smile.
Yeah, that little twinkle in her eyes.
I wonder what she'll be like as she gets older.
Mm.
We'll see her, I suppose. I mean, we're buddies with her. We've played and helped her grow and protected her. So I'm fascinated to see what happens. I want to follow that story for sure
Mm.
because I'm in love with her. Boy, she came out, she's like, oh, so cute. Ah, cute overload. And let's wrap up with this lovely
Mm.
image by Starlight Sylph. This is just gorgeous. It's Ruradreen. Um, it's the movement, the fact that they're moving away from us, the subtlety, the colors. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love this one. I don't think people often do portraits of their subject facing away.
It's true.
But when you're playing a game like this, that's what you're mostly seeing. You know, the back of your character's head.
As you pilot around the
Yeah,
game, yeah.
yeah. I really like that, and just like you said, the movement of it is lovely. Composition is great.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for
Of
sharing
course, the
that as
color
well.
choice.
Yeah, of course. Well, there's a lot of purple and blue. Yeah, I do love that too. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you to all the artists for sharing your work. We greatly appreciate all that you do and all that you offer us. I want to thank Linsey for being here.
My pleasure.
So nice to have you here. I've been talking about having her on the show, and just glad that it worked out and that you could take the time because I know you're super busy with all the projects you're working on. And let me give you some. These are kind of my PSAs, public service announcements here. I wanted to talk about copyrights. Copyrights. We honor copyrights of other people and other entities and companies and so forth. So we need to be respectful whenever we're selecting art that we A, have permission to use the art, and B, that it doesn't involve somebody else's, as they call it, intellectual property. In the case of music or videos, for example, I found a great video, but it has music from another company, another game actually, and we just can't use it. We don't have that permission. It belongs to them and not us. So I encourage you to use music from our SoundCloud. We have a fantastic file, resources galore that you can choose from. But using that music ensures that we would be able to use your content here on Community Showcase Live and show it on Tumblr. And then getting into that second part of the PSA, I'm talking about how to use the art. Now let's talk about where, and that would be on our Tumblr page. You'll need to use the hashtag Guild Wars 2 fan submission. That gives us permission to use it, or post it on our Community Corner Community Creation subforum, and that also gives us permission to use the art. We greatly appreciate that and look forward to showing all that you have done and created. And if you're wondering, speaking of creations, if you're wondering about Winter's Day art, we got a lot of great art. I'll say that right up front. We have so much great Winter's Day art. But I want to save it for the Winter's Day show this year. And although December seems a long ways away, it'll pass quickly. And having those assets that I've pulled, 15 or 20 assets I've pulled already, or maybe even more, just beautiful, beautiful art from the holiday festival. So don't despair. And if you have a moment of Winter's Day fond memory that you want to share anytime during the year, put it on our Tumblr page or on our forums, and we'll be able to pull from those resources for the December show. I usually pull very early in the month, so by the time the festival starts, I've already selected art for the month, so that's why it's the next year. Just like we might do November again, and we'll be wanting to pull that in October or September or earlier. I've already got a few for November, come to think of it. And then also artists. You've heard about our We Love Fine project. Go to our website, go to the upper right, click shop, and then go to something called Merchandise Ideas Contest. If you submit your ideas and it goes through the We Love Fine process and then is approved by ArenaNet, and we make that merchandise, you can actually have the pleasure of contributing to the merchandise for a game you love, but also you will make a small commission, I think, I don't even know if it's small. It's a commission of some kind for your art. So We Love Fine is a new partnership that we've formed, and we're looking forward to making a lot of great Guild Wars 2 mementos and items and clothing and all sorts of cool stuff. So look for that as well, please. And then I guess what remains to be said is to thank you for tuning into this month's show. We will announce the February date come later in this month, or maybe very early in February. We'll look forward to seeing you then, and until then, keep creating.